And are live. Very late. It's my, I think I have to toggle this. Is it working? Am I audible? It's my, yeah, okay, I'm audible. I have to toggle this. There you go. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Shh. Secret late stream. Okay. Bow. There we go. Shh. Secret. Hey, Maeve. Old Zach is back. I just felt like it. How are you doing? I was like, you know what? I used to stream at this time. I can get away with it. It's fine. Don't know how long we're gonna go for, though. What I remember is, but I didn't want to just like, I didn't want to do one stream, like one stream and then like dip completely. So I wanted to get like something going. Making me feel nostalgic waiting at 9:30, 10%. I'm trying to get back more on track, but mostly I'm just going for like, why not? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll start going more at a reasonable time. I'm working on it, alright? I'm working on it. I'm working at reasonable time streams. I have a map? When did I get a map? Yo, dog, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is new? House Fate? It's good. It's good. I have like a metric fuck ton of paralogs now, though. Because I have all of the characters now. And so I had to marry people off, and I decided to wait until all of the supports were at like A rank before I started marrying people off. Or I should say I started waiting until everyone was married off before I started doing the paralogs. So now I have like 30 paralogs. You're gonna have to repeat yourself. Oh, 2 ads in less than 5 minutes. Certified Twitch moment. I guess say when you're back then. Alright, so what we're gonna go for is we're gonna open all of the Venus doors. Before we opened all of them, I heard you married people off. Yeah. So I was waiting to marry everyone off before I started doing the paralogs. And now I have like 30 paralogs because I'm in Revelations, so you can like marry across kingdoms. So I have like I just have so many kids now. I'm just like, there's so many children. And I have to say, like, the kids are cool and all, but God, are they not integrated well into the story. Fates is definitely an enjoyable experience, but it's also kind of a mixed bag in a lot of places. Where am I? I am discovering, though, that I really enjoy the strategy elements of Fire Emblem, which is making me think, man, I need to play more Fire Emblem. Like, I want to go onto the GBA games, which I have GBA. I have my copies of the fucking GBA games. I think they're just like in a box somewhere. Hopefully they still work, but But I'm like, man, I fucking love Fire Emblem. There is a... I have trouble calling Fire Emblem a RPG series. I know it's, like, officially supposed to be one, but for me, like, strategy and RPGs are, like, two different systems. But I'm being like, man, Fire Emblem has the potential to be my favorite RPG series. Like, genuinely. You can't fucking stand Three Houses Combat. Oh, I prefer Three Houses Combat to Fates Combat. There's, like, so much versatility you have in Three Houses that you don't have in, Fates. Okay, I'm done. The headphones make my head hot, which... See, I haven't played Awakening. Oh, we got a Venus door. Right now, my goal is to... My goal is to pop open all of the Venus doors. I know we have the Earth Seal, but right now we're going for the Venus doors. Fire Emblem lives and dies by his characters. That's the only appeal to me. I actually will say that the characters in Fate are actually kind of weaker than the Three Houses characters. Actually, I would argue that everything in Fate is weaker than Three Houses, but I'm still having a fun time with it. Trails of blood are smeared all over the walls. What in the hell happened here? We would have... So far, Blue Lions are okay. The spike is deeply embedded. The Blue Lion, the Azure Moon route is actually the only route in the game I don't like. It appears a tool is needed to remove it. Oh, I have a tool. And I've thrown a random fireball. Let's... I thought I had more of these. Oh, I do. I have 2 of these. But yeah, Oh, Gaki. Oh, just right out of the fucking cutscene? Really? We would have Three Houses on the favorites list. I fucking love Three Houses. We would have Three Houses on the favorites list if I had a way to stream it, but I don't have the way to stream off console right now. Who's the Flame Emperor? Don't, no, not super interested, but I have a pretty educated guess. The Seer's Memorandum, warning left by the Seer. The spike was used to suppress the Gaki. Do not remove it under any circumstances. Hey, guess what? I needed the fucking spike. Eat a dick. Oh! I will say the Flame Emperor plot twist is, like, not really a plot twist. Absolutely zero surprises from it. It's actually even less of a plot twist if you watch the fucking trailers. So but no, I will say that, like, if I think about games that I've played from, I would say, like, the past 5 years, that, like, when I think about games that I have played recently, alright, let me completely reorganize these thoughts. Although I could just keep going forward, I feel like if I reorganize the thoughts, I can probably create multiple points at once, right? So, for the sake of efficiency, I'm going to reorganize my thoughts. The original favorite list that the whole series is based on was created in 2013. Since then, there have been several games that I have played that have a potential to make it on the top 10 list, because it was originally a top 10 list, and obviously games got kicked off of that top 10 list, and there are several games with the potential to now be on the top 10 list that I have played since then. Obviously, back then, the original list, as I mentioned, for some arbitrary reason, I decided Pokemon can't be on there. So, like, Alpha Sapphire is a given. And then also since then, Persona 5 has been given, Akiba Strip, Undead and Undressed. But then there's also games that I don't necessarily talk about as much as those games. Like, I could easily see, like, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Strange Journey, Bravely Second. Like, those games seem like they would basically be a shoo-in for, like, the new top 10 list. But I literally do not have a way to stream Three Houses, or you can bet your ass we would have Three Houses on the list right now. Oh yeah, both of these doors go to the same place, don't they? I was like, oh no, which door do I pick? This... Yeah, okay, yeah, the doors go to the same place. That's what I thought. I hear a Gaki. Oh no, I hear a ghost. Come here, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you in your ghost dick. I don't like your ghost dick. Oh, is our dad a silkworm, a spider in this game because spiders trap silkworms? What the hell? Where am I? Oh. I walked out the door. Three Houses definitely takes some inspiration from Persona for sure. But I actually like those aspects. Because I like management games, and so I actually like I wasn't specifically talking about the calendar system, but I do like time management systems. So I don't have any problems with the calendar. I enjoy the calendar. The thing about and this is true for Persona, but it's also true for Three Houses, is it's only a problem if you're managing your time poorly. What the literal fuck? Oh god, what is this? Oh, what is this? Oh god. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Anyway, yeah, calendar systems are only a problem if you're managing your time poorly. Because if you're constantly working towards a goal, if anything, there's like in Three Houses and like in Persona, there's like barely enough time to do anything. So as long as you're like working towards a conclusive goal, you'll always have something to do. In fact, you might have too much to do. This door won't open. I did see your live. Well, I understand that you're not as big of a fan of time management as I am, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I enjoy the time management aspects. And in like Persona, and in fact I said this, you weren't around for the original Persona 4 playthrough, but I was constantly saying the only reason I was still playing this game was for the fucking social links. Because Persona 4 is not good. It kind of fails on every level. I like how, like, I gave Persona 4 a passing grade when I played it. A mangled corpse that lies at the bottom of a wicker chest. And yet this has evolved into a meme where I somehow hate Persona 4. I think I gave it like a... Persona 4 is like a 6 out of 10, alright? I talk about it like it's like a 2, but... Realistically, it's not as bad as I give it shit for. Funny, because Persona 4 has the worst social links in the series. I don't fully know if I would agree with that. Persona 3 has some real dog shit social links. It really does. Persona 3... Because I played Persona 4, then Persona 3. I actually went backward, even though Persona 5 was already out. And I only made it through Persona 4 because of the social links. And my inspiration to go for Persona 3 was because I wanted to see what the Persona 3 social links are. And the Persona 3 social links are fucking terrible. But Persona 3 refreshed my faith in the franchise, because at the very least, the rest of the game is pretty good. And so I was like, oh, okay. So Persona doesn't just live or die by its social links. They can also be good games. And like Persona 3 taught me that a Persona game can be good even if the social links are fucking trash. Do you remember any good social links from 4? Because I don't. Yeah, Death, but no one fucking did her because no one wants to hang out with an old lady. But yeah, like, and I prefer Persona 3, because, like, Persona 3 might have, I would say Persona 3 easily has the worst social links, right? But, like, Persona 3 is a good game despite its social links, whereas even when you hear about, like, the most stalwart Persona 4 defenders, the basic idea is, like, oh, I like Persona 4 the best because it's the game where you hang out with your friends the most. And so, like, Persona 3 is good despite its social links, but Persona 4 is only a passable game because of them. Yeah, you can eat a dick. How about that? How about you eat a fucking fat one? Thank you, maid. I didn't have my mod icons activated, so I wasn't able to delete that. I didn't have mod icons activated. And boom. Banned. How the fuck do I get out of this building? Oh, it is the front door. I'm fucking dumb. I'm just walking in circles. Yeah, I will say, good social links are... They're the ones no one does, actually. It's like Death, and Devil is also a pretty good social link in 4. Like, there are solid social links. The thing about, like, Persona 4 social links is people think about, like, your party... And your party social links in that game are fucking trash. Because the characters are written in circles. But like some of the other ones are decent. That is an Earth seal. That's a Venus seal. Oh, we got a Gaki. But I will say that Persona 4 social links aren't that strong. I will say that. Like, I'm not going to make an argument that, like, that the Persona 4 social links are amazing. But I will say they are what got me through the game. Because I liked, again, the time management aspects and, like, raising up your social stats and, like, hanging out with people for the next bit of dialogue. Like, that's the kind of stuff I really enjoy in games. Even Dojima's social link is linked. Dojima's... I would argue Nanako... Like, okay, Dojima's social link works really well if you do Nanako's social link with it. Like, if you do both of their social links, it creates a nice little, like, intertwined narrative. I actually, you know, come to think of it, they don't really do that with any other social link in the series. And I think in, like, 6, I think an intertwined social link, like a Nanako-Dojima situation, would be really interesting. If anything, I would say they missed the opportunity to do that in 5 with, like, Futaba and Coffee Dad. Chinese Zodiac Scroll? What the shit did I just get? Direction is crucial to arrangement of the 12 Chinese zodiacs. Rooster first, monkey last. The last sign should be as follows. Left to right, top row, right, left, middle row. This is clearly the answer to a puzzle, but this can't be the answer to the same puzzle I just did. Oh! No, that was a... I keep solving these puzzles without the game telling me how to do it. The Tsuchi Jogo, pulling demons into an underground spring. That's fucking awesome. Akinari from 3. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't even know who that fucking is, so I'm gonna have to disagree. Is that the fucking dead guy? Is that the guy who's like a fucking ghost at the end? The dying man. Yeah, he's okay, I guess. I don't even think he's my favorite social link in that game. You know who's an underappreciated Persona 3 social link, though? Is the Gourmet. No one appreciates the Gourmet like I appreciate the Gourmet. Unable to see through the hole. Could it be plugged? What? I don't remember his Arcana, unfortunately, but it's like the fat guy. I'm not necessarily saying I think he's the best. I don't super remember. Like I said, the Persona 3 social links weren't all that good, but I really appreciated like the fat kid. I think the worst social links are the ones I do not because I like, but because I want something out of it. Well, I've always done every social link every time, but I could agree with that. You know what's a great example of one where I could see that is like in Persona 5, Yoshida's social link is a really good set of abilities, but realistically, I can imagine most people would not want to hang out with Yoshida. Because, like, Yoshida gives you, I think, like, charm points, so he boosts your social stats, and he helps you with demon negotiations. So Yoshida's social link is, like, one of the most useful ones in that game, but, like, also, who really wants to hang out with, like, a washed-out politician, right? Probably not most people. Oh, no, I can name you an even better example. You know what, like, the go-to example for a social link you do, just for fucking, just for the purpose? The fucking hermit in Persona 4, that goddamn fox. You cannot fucking tell me anyone is hanging out with that fox because they want to be friends with that fox. You're hanging out with that fox because that fox is fucking charging you an arm and a leg to heal your goddamn SP. Fucking Trish Jr. over there. You're not doing those shitty side quests because you're having fun with them. You're doing the shitty side quests, so the fucking fox just charge you 100,000 to replenish your SP bars. Fuck the fox. Yeah, fuck the fox. Oh, God, I forgot about how much I hate that fucking fox. Master was posted by Trish Game. Here's the thing I will say about that fucking fox, is like... Trish is worse than that fox. Like, as bad as the fucking fox is, Trish is a monster. Trish is fucking evil. The fox is like, give me fucking 50,000 yen, and Trish is like, I want your firstborn child, and 100,000 yen. And I'm like, fucking Christ, Trish. I did the fox once and never again. I can't even blame you. Actually, you know what? Can we just say the fox is the worst social link in Persona? Like, period. All games. I hate that the fact that you have to catch the fucking River Guardian for its rank 10. Fuck that fox. There's a debate about what the best social link is, but I don't think there's a debate on the worst one. That fox can eat a dick. Can we... Okay, while we're bitching about social links I don't particularly like, I would also like to say that I'm not a fan of, like, Margaret's social links, which is, like, Empress, and I'm not a fan of, like, Persona 5's Strength. Now, the events, more so, like, Strength I think is more tolerable. But even then, I'm not a fan of how it's implemented. Like, the social links where you have to fuse specific personas just to, like, satisfy your Velvet Room attendant, I don't like the mechanics of it, right? Because what it usually results in is someone on the internet figures it out, and then you look up a fucking fusion calculator. Like, that's the reality of the situation. Because most people aren't gonna fuck around with their personas until they randomly stumble on what random asshole like thing you need to do to pull it out, right? And like, I will say Fives is better. If only because you're actually because it actually gives you hints to the greater narrative of the plot, and there are actually scenes with the character. But whereas, like, in Persona 4, though, there's not really any, like, added dialogue with Margaret. It's just like, good job, here's the next one. So it feels even less purposeful in 4. Fuck you, Atlas, for locking that shit behind those fucking wardens. And it, like, because, like, the thing is, you don't feel like you're getting closer to the characters. You do, again, a little more in 5, but, like, let's really harp on 4, because I think 4 exactly, because what it basically feels like in 5, which is marginally better, is you're, like, crawling through glass for a tiny, like, 1-minute scene, like, every time. Right? Whereas in 4, it's even worse, because you're just fucking crawling through glass. Like, the reward isn't even really worth doing it 90% of the time. So, again, it is worse in 4. And the mechanics of it, you don't feel... Because at least in, like, when you're doing other social links, you feel like you're getting closer to the characters. That's kind of the thing, right? Because the idea is, like, you're becoming friends with them, so you're gaining more power from them. But, like, you're not doing that with the fusion missions, with the attendant missions. You're just, like, awkwardly... you're just awkwardly fusing a bunch of bullshit for them. And they're like, good job. Here's a fucking cookie. Our social link went up. It's awful. They're awful. I don't think anyone... Like, obviously not as bad as the fucking fox, but, like, actually awful. Ooh, you know who's another fucking terrible social link? Is, again, 5 does this better than, like, 4 ever did it, but that doesn't mean the mechanics aren't fucking frustrating. Because, like, for, like, Moon, like, Mishima, is, like, the story told in Mishima's social link is totally fine and interesting and stuff. Like, I like Mishima's social link as far as, like, content goes, but the mechanics of having to do fucking side quests is essentially just, like, a marginally better version of the fox. Like, what I want with social links is I want them to function exactly the same every time. What is with this guy? What I'm saying is giving me the same fucking thing every single time and never change. That's all I'm saying. Does that mean you'd like me and be pleased if Atlas just made a PS2 game in this day and age? I'm not sure what that means. Like, I'm not sure what you mean by that. What you want from Persona is not what I want from Persona. I think we're both aware of that. What you want from Persona is you want SMT, basically. Like, you just want, like, Persona 1. Or, like, Soul Hackers. I mean, if Atlas did games the same way they did in the PS2 era. I mean, if we're talking, like, Persona 6, like, PS2 era style, no. I would much prefer it be more like Persona 5. Like, easily. Like, it wouldn't even be a contest. Daisian Dobry. Hello, Bullet Selvapiest. I'm sorry I missaid that. I'm assuming you're asking if I speak the language, and I do not. I am sorry. Shrine entrance guide. Old wooden disc covered in writing. What if they made a game like Digital Devil Saga? Like, mechanically? Digital Devil Saga may very well be my least fucking favorite Atlas game. How am I? I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing tonight? Welcome. Oh shoot, thanks for the follow. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. The cocoon eaten by insects, the 8-legged trap, will become fodder for the thief. The defiled will be pierced by a poison fang. The creature crawling in the ground must diverge the creature in the sky. Black wings will be gnawed to bits. Fur will be ripped by a child. The child will become a man, only to be eaten by a woman. I have no idea what that means. But that does kind of confirm my theory that Dad is a spider in this game, because spiders eat silkworms. Eh? It was an example of what Atlas did in the game. No, no, I would not like a game like Digital Devil Saga. I can put up with a lot of bullshit if the story is at least interesting, though. But, like, gameplay-wise, I would be more about... What about gameplay-wise, my ideal would be, like Persona... Like, a cross between Persona 5 and Soul Hackers, honestly. Boleselvapiest. I'm so... Can I ask how to say that? I don't want you to feel excluded. Can I ask how do you say that? And I guess, have you played Kuon? Actually, I don't know if you've played Kuon either, Maid. I assume you have, because you always shit-talk it. Yes, that's what I assumed. We got... Here's what we got. We got this, like, stone... When did I pick up a map? So I do have a map, I just don't know where I got it from. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to... Friend bought a PS2 game that was modded and had a fuck ton of games on it. Kuon was one of them. I mean, lucky right there. What I'm going to do is, I think at this point we've opened all of the Venus seals, so we're going to go open all of the Earth seals. Now, I only know of 2 Earth seal locations, one of which was behind a Mars seal. Not a Mars seal. Mars seal would be 4. One of which was behind a Mercury seal, and the other one was next to Dad, and it said, "Don't go in here. There's a fucking big monster in there." Eventually died on him. Oh, that's too bad. Ah, yes, accidental fireballs. My favorite. Yeah, okay. There is a Saturn seal, which I assume is the highest level seal in the game. And then, if we go all the way back, behind a Mercury seal should be an Earth seal. And then, I want to open the Dad one last. I will say this game is very much Resident Evil-ish, and that you walk around, solve puzzles, and get keys so you can get more keys to solve more puzzles. Like, I get a lot of, like, RE1 vibes from this. I'm not gonna say it's as good as RE1, but, like, it's very RE1 adjacent in, like, its game design. I will also say we didn't really get anything from using the Venus seals, did we? Like, I think we only got a few bonus items, which is probably why they give you the Earth seal so soon. Spell card, Hien, Summer's Wraith in the form of fire. Did that say Wraith or Wrath? I must have... Oh, it says Wrath. I'm illiterate. There's a door here? But yeah, as far as like gameplay goes, my idea we'll call this Persona 6 because my ideal gameplay would be like I would want the elements of probably Persona 4-ish, like about that many elements. I would want, we could say physical. I don't know if I would want gun back. I would go, because you could like, you could create like a side mechanic like sword arts or something, right? So I would go physical, and then fire, ice, lightning, wind, right? Let's get the basics out. And then I would go light, dark. And then for light and dark, what I would do is, I love how ruin damage was handled in Soul Hackers. I think that was fucking brilliant, and I think they should keep doing that. Because, like, ruin damage is essentially, like, a lesser version of light-dark damage. Like, it's kind of like Curse and Bless, right? But, like, weaker. But in exchange for it being weaker, it adds in status ailments, like Maka Jam, for example. Like, normally you don't use status ailments for, like, most cases, because most bosses are, like, immune to them, basically. And so it's not worth the SP investment or the move slot investment to use a status ailment type move. But if you tie that into like light damage or dark damage, like they do in Soul Hackers, which again, fucking brilliant, it encourages more uses of status ailments, and they like scale the damage to match the fact that there is a chance to inflict status ailments. So I would definitely import that. I would, instead of just ruin damage, I would make it light dark, and then I would make it so that they also inflict status ailments, while not necessarily getting rid of Mudo or Hama. What I like about PS2 Atlas compared to today is they just made weird random shit. Like today, Atlas isn't gonna think, yeah, let's bring back Persona, but add some fucking life sim elements, or bring back Devil Summoner as a GBA game and come up with so many ideas as it becomes their next big release. Oh, yeah, no, they're definitely not, but that's more because games cost so much money to produce. That's a money issue. The problem is games are too big to fail now. I do see what you're saying though, as far as like PS2 era, like taking more risks. But like Soul Hackers 2 didn't necessarily sell all that well, so it really de-incentivizes taking these risks, because like they don't sell. They just straight up do not sell. Like I think Soul Hackers sold okay, but it was not like a major hit even like domestically. And a large part of it can also be placed on consumers. In fact, I would almost argue that, like, I hate to blame consumers for companies, but, like, it is really a consumer problem, because consumers are constantly demanding increases in graphical quality and bigger, larger worlds with more quest lines, but what they really want is, like, quantity over quality. They just want things bigger and to be more. And it creates this, like, scenario, and to look better, right? And it creates this scenario where companies have to, like, constantly throw their resources in creating what is essentially a large but shallow experience. And so it also, like, adds to a sort of, like, homogeny in game design across, like, all companies, because everyone demands everything from every game, and so everything looks the same. All Megafan did was complain about Soul Hackers 2 from the moment it was announced. Yeah, exactly. Which, again, you're looking at this, right? But ultimately, companies are run by shareholders, right? So they look at this, they see that no one buyed the game, that no one wanted the game, and that it comes out, and they're like, well, we're not going to make a Soul Hackers 3. What are we going to make? What's selling, right? What sells? Persona and SMT. We're making Persona and SMT. Forever. That's it. That's what we're making. Why would we waste money on a fucking Soul Hackers 3 when no one wanted Soul Hackers 2? And, like, another thing is, like, it's not just, like, production costs. Because games are too expensive to make. That's the issue. Games are too expensive to make. And, again, a lot of this is caused by consumers. But, like, another thing is, like, consumers don't want new games. They claim they want new games. They claim they want innovation. But when it comes down to it, what rules game development, what rules media production is the money. All media production, whether it's, like, movies, TV shows, video games, even, like, novels and short stories, it's ruled by money, what you pay for. And people will only pay for the same fucking thing over and over and over again. So, like, would I mind if Atlas, like, like, if Atlas doesn't fuck up one of their existing IPs, like, if fucking SMT, not that I, like, care about SMT, but hypothetically, SMT, like, 6 comes out, right? Would it be 6? Yeah, it would be 6. SMT 6 comes out, and it plays, like, exactly like, I don't know, Kuon, for example. Yeah, I would not be satisfied with that. Like, I'm enjoying Kuon, but I don't want my SMT game to be a fucking Kuon, is what I'm saying. Like, if Atlas wants to try new IPs, if any company wants to try new IPs and, like, try new things, I'd be all down for it, as long as they don't fuck up their existing IPs. But, like, I also think there's issues with fucking up your existing IPs by trying to try new things, because then people are like, oh, because then it's sort of like just baiting people off nostalgia, right? Like, say you're gonna make, no, actually, here's a great example. This game sold really well, so it's not, like, perfect, But, like, imagine, like, God of War Ragnarok, right? That's not a fucking God of War game. It's a fucking, like, Last of Us game that they added a paint coat to, essentially, right? So they're like, here's God of War fucking Ragnarok, or like, yeah, like God of War 2018, I think, more specifically, because Ragnarok is basically 2018, right? So all they did is, like, they used an existing IP, then banked off your nostalgia just to sell more copies by basically just copying another game. Which is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care if you try, like, but if it was, like, a new game, it would be less of an issue. But it's the fact that it's bearing the brand name of the IP. Like, if you don't fuck up your IP, like, go for it. Experiment all you want. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I feel like Atlas will fuck up Persona before they fuck up SMT. Maybe the team behind SMT does seem to try and make more mechanics than Persona does. I think it's easier to fuck up Persona than it is to fuck up SMT, so I'm not sure if I can disagree with you. Oh yeah, we're talking about my ideal SMT game, or ideal, like, Persona 6, right? Baton Pass, but, like, the Royal style Baton Pass, where, like, chaining weaknesses basically, like, cuts in between the turns and they power up each subsequent attack or heal, resulting in, like, a free shot. I think Baton Pass is the best system they ever made. People will defend fucking press turn, but I hate fucking press turn because it exploits an inherent weakness in action economies. And it's super obnoxious because of that. Like, it draws too much attention to the concept of the game mechanic. By, like, intercutting actions. It doesn't intercut actions. It creates this, like, very strict, regimented, like, movement system. And it also incentivizes moves like Dragon Eye and Beast Eye, because if you're actively using the press turn system, you end up stacking too many turns on top of each other, and so it incentivizes basically the computer to cheat. Like, the press turn system, I think, is fucking dog shit. It's very popular among SMT fans, but it's fucking terrible and I hate it. It would be... Okay, the thing is, like, I'll agree with you, Royal is easy. But, like, if it's a difficulty issue, you could make the game harder without taking away the mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, like, difficulty comes, there is, like, a level of satisfaction. Why is there a level 2 door behind a level 3 door? Okay, if I'm recalling correctly, you need the Mercury seal to exit into the door that gets you the level 3 seal, so I guess, technically, you can get the Earth seal without the Venus seal. Yeah, maybe? Because otherwise, why the fuck is there a level 2 seal behind a level 1, whatever. Protagonist assault rifle with electric or stun bullets, heroine fighting with magic, congratulations, you now win every fight. I will say, like, there's like an Oh. Well, this is ominous. The SMT thing about, like, the main character can't use magic, I fucking hate. I know that's not true in, like, 4 and 5. I'm aware of that, but, like, the main character can't use magic is not something I am a fan of. Thread clings to the corners of the box. But yeah, like, if it's a difficulty issue, you could very easily just make the game harder. Like, similarly, I think Sabbath makes the fucking... I think Sabbath makes, like, Soul Hackers, like, almost too easy, even for me. So, like, there's nothing more satisfying than like, No, like a full team baton pass is pretty damn satisfying, honestly. Like, between every character, and it's definitely an easier mechanic. Like, it's definitely a mechanic that, like, invites less abuse than a Sabbath, because it's actually too easy to chain Sabbaths, comparatively, whereas you can't guarantee every character is going to be able to hit every weakness. And there's probably, like, an SMT or something mechanic that I'm, like, missing, but, like, in my head, the three major mechanics, there's, like, all-out attacks, which I'm not... Honestly, if Persona cut all-out attacks, I wouldn't even care. I'm not sure if that's controversial, but... Like, if all-out attacks got cut exclusively for Baton Pass, I'd be fine with that. Oh, and almighty damage, obviously. I do like the idea of almighty damage. Like, actually being able to, like, bypass things, but bosses have hidden resistances they don't tell you about. I'm fine with that. Like, that I think that would be my ideal system. Like a Royal-style baton pass. You could even maybe cut out all attacks. I really don't care. Royal also has showtimes. I'm not like a major showtime person. I don't care if showtime is removed either. I mean, they're cool, but, like, I'm not sure if they necessarily add too much to the game. And then, yeah, like, physical, lightning, wind, ice, fire, light dart. And let's, like, standardize their names. Boss fight? Oh no. Oh, we actually died. What's the game over screen look like? Okay. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was like halfway intentional. I mostly wanted to see if that fight could be won with knife. Legitimately one of the easiest horror games I've ever played in my life. Oh. Bamboo blinds have fallen blocking the way. Well, how am I going to get out of here? Oh, I didn't grab the elegant bronze-plated bell with handle. Oh, let's touch the left when I learned the heal button. Oh no, there's a woman in him! Usually it's the other way around. What if I go back in the room? Hold up. Hold up. We're gonna see how big my lady dick is. We're gonna go back in there. Hey. Hey, round 2. Let's go. Nope. Well, worth a shot. Alright, let's go get the princess. Oh, let's see. Other. You know what? While we're running back, let's talk about like other generic changes. I wouldn't mind. Interesting. Corpse of Agaki has been tossed in here. Looks like it was defeated in battle. That's gotta be Dad or something. Fuck! By the way, that wasn't, like a scared scream, so we're not marking it. That was more of a, exclamation. Alright. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, how many teammates are there usually? No, yeah, alright. I won't say anything about that. I think 6 is okay. Because it lets you swap out your characters appropriately. Because otherwise there's no, like, either characters should go down to, like, 3 party members in general, or I think it should be at 6. I don't think, like, dropping it to 5 would make sense, because you have 4 in every party. The only way I think you could justify dropping to, like, 5 party members is if you make it so there's only 3 party members in your party in Persona. Like, if you drop, like, party sizes down to 3, then I think you could get away with 5 people. But otherwise, you need to justify the ability to swap out your characters. So either it just be, like, same party whole game through, which is okay. It could let you focus more on the characters themselves, or you would need to keep it 6. Like, the party size limit of being 4 is the reason why there needs to be 6 characters in the party. Not 2 worked with just 5 people. It's because of the swapping out the character mechanic, right? Like, it's about, like, the reason there would need to be 6 is because you need the ability to, like, swap your party around. Like, the fact that you can be like, okay, I want to bring Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko to my party, so I will be leaving behind, like, Teddy, Kanji, and Naoto. Like, that specific mechanic necessitates the existence of at least 6 people, or there's no reason to swap your characters around. Like, if there were 5 people, then that means that you're basically just swapping around, like, at a 4-person size limit, means you're essentially swapping out 1 person for the only other person in your party. Like, you could size up to, like, 5 people, but then you risk, like, like combat sort of getting daunting, right? Because then you have to increase the number of enemies to make up for the changes in action economy. And also in this scenario, there's a baton passing, so like you could get away with dropping party size to 3, and then you could have 5 people. But at party size 4, you would need at least 6 people. You just would. Or just have 4 combatants, 1 Fuka. Yeah, that's the alternative. We're talking like in-game actual fighter, right? So you could have 3 party members, because obviously you have your main character, right? That's non-negotiable. But like you have 3 characters, and then you could have like, and then not be able to swap parties around. And then you could keep party limit size at 4. But like a concession would need to be made. In that regard. So if we don't want to fuck around with party size, you would need a minimum of 6 people. And a Fuka. You would need 6 people and a Fuka. And like that wouldn't be negotiable without like editing like party size or something. But for social links, I'm gonna be honest. I would knock 3 levels off social links. I would make social links cap at 7. Because if we're being honest, most social links really only have about 7 like ranks worth of material as far as like writing goes. Like there are some exceptions, but like most social links are only about 7 levels of content, and then 3 levels of I have a problem, and then the next one is you have solved my problem. And then one of them is just like, man, my problem's getting worse. And that's like all of the games. So really you only need several social link levels. If you want to like spice it up, if we're talking about like characters you could date, you could make it so like there's sort of like a bond level, like Fire Emblem Fates does, where like if you're dating the person, maybe there are extra social link levels you can examine. But realistically, like, you're just, like, hanging out with the boys. You only need, like, 7 levels of social links. What is this? Another thing I would change, and this isn't, like... We were just talking about, like, ideal combat. So, I guess there you go. There's your answer what ideal combat would look like. But if we were talking about, like, other things that I think would be interesting chasing, every character is now bi. Because why can't you date your bros? I am genuinely shocked that the princess is still alive.
I sense an evil, a presence wanting to devour souls.
I have no idea, but for some time now, I've been hearing a song at nightfall. And disease has spread through this place. The hungry, they roam the manor at night. Then, when I hear that song, I fear I'll be killed, or worse, abducted.
We found you.
This is why you closed the door, dipshit. Oh, damn. Yo, I am into that ghost mommy. Silkworm Journal, Volume 2. Records of silkworms kept by Mayoshimaru. June 27th. The silkworms have lost their fur. The bodies are beautiful, shiny, and translucent. I'm worried, though. Some of them seem weak. They don't move at all. June 28th, Mayoshimaru... Yes, this is how the princess talks. June 28th, Mayoshimaru told me that the silkworms that don't move are just sleeping, and that I don't need to worry, so silkworms sleep too. July 4th. I noticed that the silkworms had grown when I looked at them this morning. Though only a few days have passed, they've doubled in size. They grow much faster than people. Mayushimaru has been so kind to me. I must give him something. I wonder what he'd like. July 5th. I'm going to teach Mayoshimaru to read and write. I tried to give him a little sword father gave me, but he wouldn't accept it. He's not at all greedy. Some of the silkworms eat very much. They're just like him. July 10th. The silkworms have shed their skin many times and continue to grow. They're all so different. Some of them lift up their heads and look around as though they were thinking, while others crawl around all day. A few have died. July 18th. The silkworms do nothing but devour mulberry leaves all day. They've grown so fat. I'm worried they'll burst out of their skins. Mayoshimaru said they'll cocoon soon. How about ideal setting? So, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the high school setting, but if we were to try and mix it up a little bit, I've thrown out the idea of like adults in a workplace before, but no one in Japan is going to go for that, realistically, right? People would hate that. So if we're trying to be a little more amicable, I don't think there's anything, I think there's like something to be said for aging the characters up a little bit, right? So what if the idea is it's like first year in college, right? First year uni. Because that way we still have classes and you still get to do like classroom questions and you still get to do exams and all of that. So you're not like fundamentally altering time blocks or anything. But you still have like a student-based setting, but also you can get a little fancier with the uniforms because you don't need uniforms because anyone can wear whatever clothes they want. You still have like the concepts of studying. You don't have to change any of the social stats. Probably is Japanese college is still shitty. But you can also, like, age up the characters. You can have them, like, go drinking. Like, there's things you can do with an adult cast that could be done in a sort of, like, university setting that you can't necessarily do in a high school setting. Problem is, Japanese college is still shitty. I mean, Japanese everything is shitty, though, is the thing, right? Like, realistically, Persona doesn't give you the greatest example of what it's like to be in fucking high school in Japan. Like, realistically, 90% of every Persona cast would have been kicked out of high school. If we're being real now. Did I get anything? So you can definitely take some like liberties, you know what I'm saying? So I think a nice first year, and then also you don't have to have this like scenario where like your parents are randomly abandoning you, like they do in 3, 4, and 5. Well, I think are your parents dead in 3? Whatever. You don't need your parents to randomly abandon you like in 3, 4, and 5. The only character. Yes, exactly. Persona 3 antagonist is an orphan. Okay. You wouldn't even need to make him an orphan, right? They could just be like, well, where... There's no question of, like, where are your parents? You know where your parents are? Somewhere fucking else. You're in college now. You could have, like, a... You could even complicate this less, right? Persona 3-style dorm rooms, right? Easy. No explanation needed. Where do you live? You live in college with the rest of the fucking students. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And the best thing is that you could have the characters, you could have like the teachers and your doctors and like your lawyers be dateable, and it would be less weird. Oh, okay, look, we know I'm all on board for real character for the protagonist. I am all on board for that shit. Alright, I'm being honest, I have no idea where to go. I didn't get, like, a new blood seal from that. All I got was, like, dust, I think. Yeah, no, I still have the earth seal, so I didn't acquire any object. The only person on that list who is on board with that is Ishida. Yeah, I would love a real character. That would be great. Oh, here's another change. Out of games, he directed only one self-insert is Strange Journey. Strange Journey, I think, also handles it okay, because Strange Journey gives you so many options to, like, change the story around and how you interact with it that I think it's, like, more acceptable. Whereas, like, Persona is historically a very streamlined experience. Tokyo Mirage Sessions has white bread-ass basic bitch guy, and Soul Hackers 2 has Ringo. Ringo's great. You don't see silent protagonist. Here's an interesting thing, and I wonder if this is a cultural difference. You don't tend to see silent protagonists in, like, Western games. Like, offhandedly, I'm not sure I could name... Like, okay. Not taking into account, like, games that are, like, 100 years old, right? Or, like, not we'll say non-retro games, right? So retro is, like, anything 20 years older, right? Outside of, like, retro games, I could not name to you, I don't think, an actual video game protagonist who is not a character. Like, self-insert doesn't really happen in Western media. And I don't necessarily think it's a... I mean, I do think it's a bad thing. Alright, I'd be fucking lying. I've seen very few... Oh, actually, that's not true. Stick of Truth. Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. But outside of those two games. Outside of that game. Like, it's an interesting, like, quirk, I think, of, like, the difference between, like, Western and Eastern design philosophy, is that the main character you're playing as tends to be a character in the West, and is less common in Japan, for example. Hasn't worked on Persona since 4, because Atlas split the development teams, and Nishida is on the SMT side. Well, is, like, Nabino a character? I always assumed not. Does not look like one. Holes could be used to cover wooden discs can be found. Operate the device, yes. Wooden discs and spikes can seal the opening. It seems discs are needed as missing. Excuse me. No, that's what I assumed. Anyway, obviously I prefer the main character to be a real character. Why do you say that? Because I saw an old forum post that said the opposite. Oh, what? About how Western characters aren't, like, main characters? I mean, that's, like, provably not true, though. Like, if I look up, like, the best-selling games from, like, the past... Well, even we could even say best-selling games from the past year. I guarantee you there's more blank slate Japanese characters, like, main characters, than, like... it said that the actual main characters, or JPEG thing, it's silent self-insert protagonists or a Western RPG thing. Yeah, that's, like, provably not true. I will die here, but I will not allow them to devour my flesh. Yeah, that's like provably not true, though. Like, if I look up best-selling games from the past year, I guarantee you, I would almost go so far as to say, I bet 100%. What about Elder Scrolls, Fallout, or Diablo? Okay, you know what? Fair enough. You got me there. I was gonna say, I would almost go so far as to say 100% of the self-inserts are Japanese. But realistically, it's probably closer to, like, 95. But no, it's definitely, like, it's definitely a Japanese thing. to have, like, silent protagonists. Especially because, like, a lot of people's associations with silent protagonists are a JRPG thing, which kind of necessitates it being Japanese. Oh, okay, obviously. Obviously, in order to progress the game, I had to go to this dumb fucking pond in the middle of nowhere. Alright, in my defense. I mean, come on. Nothing? Bubbles occasionally rise from the murky surface of the water. I don't like this thing. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, there's 3 of them. Are those mermaids? Oh, those are mermaids. Yeah, these are like actual mermaids. Mega 10, that one Digimon thing, 3 houses. 3 houses is almost debatable. Violet as a character. Violet is interesting because, like, Violet is almost like a parody of a self-insert character. Like, she's taken to such an extreme that she wraps around to actually having a personality. Final Fantasy has actual main characters, that's true. Atelier does, that's very true. Robin and Effie Awakening, even though you can customize their appearance. I will also say, in Fates, Kuon is a real character, and that surprised me. Neptune is a real character. Neptune is certainly a character. There are large holes in the tree's trunk. I don't know where to go. This is the first time where I don't know where to go. Chrono Trigger has a real main character. Chrono Trigger does not have a real main character. Chrono is not a person. I don't even think Chrono has a single line of dialogue in that entire game. Every Tales game has a main character. Is that true? Like every single one, even the first one? I haven't played all of them. I played like 3 of them. All of the ones I did. Could have sworn he spoke at least once. Okay, well, technically I think every silent protagonist speaks at least once. But no, I'm going to dispute that. Chrono's not a character. I don't think Chrono Cross, his main character, is a character either, but it's been much longer since I played that. Pokemon doesn't have a real character, I'll say that. Like, if we're talking, like, major games that don't have real characters. By the way, every game we're talking about is Japanese now. Crest is from Tales of Fantasia. I figured. Okay, I'll actually say this. Nora/Nathan in Fallout 4 is kind of a real character. Kind of. Like, they have, like, voice dialogue options, and they're clearly, like, a sarcastic jackass. So I would make an argument that at least in Fallout 4 you have a real character. Now people hate that, and to be fair, they should, because the amount of voice lines added in that actually end up making it so you have less options in Fallout 4. But I will say, like, Nora Nathan is kind of a character. Like, no one likes it, but they are a character. Everyone hated that. No one disputed that. No one disputed that they hated it. But they did do it, which does count towards, like, Western games that like having real characters. Because I was thinking about, like, your examples about, like, Elder Scrolls and Diablo, and like Elder Scrolls. Also worth noting that Fallout is also the same company that makes Elder Scrolls. But yeah, Dragonborn's not a person for sure. Definitely agree with that. And Diablo, I don't think I've played a Diablo since Diablo 1. Half-Life. Yeah. Gordon. What I want to say Gordon Freeman? Something like that. Definitely not a character. I'm not saying, like, you can't find them, but also there hasn't been a Half-Life in, like, 15 years. So even that doesn't, like... Well, no, you know what? I specified not retro. I think that's a fair... I did specify not retro, so anything in the past 20 years, so... Well, no, wait, when did Half-Life 2 come out? Hold on. ...2020... Ooh! 1 year off. 1 year off from not being counted. Okay. Oh, do you think they dragged the princess to the silk box? Oh, I bet they dragged the princess to the silk box. But yeah, like, any of the FromSoft RPGs, that's not a real character. Like, none of them are. The closest one to being a character is the DS2 character, and come on. No. Right? People argue he's a character, but the only character about him is his name is Gordon. He's 27, he graduated from MIT, and he really enjoys hitting things with a crowbar. No. Characters having backstories does it, like, as far as, like, real characters talks about, what I'm specifically talking about is, like, you need a personality that is distinct. Which is actually exactly why I would say I would argue that Byleth, I'm not even necessarily certain, is a self-insert character. Because Byleth's personality is that she does not have a personality. Like, distinctly does not have one. Which is why I think, like, Byleth is a weird gray area. And an awkward sense of humor. He never speaks. Now, yeah, and that would also go towards, like, silent protagonists. That's fair. But yeah, like most silent protagonists have a character, like, story to them. Like, you have a mom in every single Pokemon game, but most Pokemon characters are not characters until they're in a new game. Like, Red did not become a person until they made another Pokemon. He was not a character in Red. I'm going to argue against that because it comes off to me more as a joke. Because for the most part, everyone, at least from what I've seen, just thinks Byleth is hip, happening young teacher at Hogwarts School of Warcraft and Warfare in a church that's totally isn't actually evil. There's a reason Byleth is a blank slate, though. Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a narrative reason. It is done fully intentionally. Like, as far as the joke goes, the only thing I will say about Byleth is, because I mentioned this during my review on the podcast, that Byleth is so not a real person that, and this is true, Byleth does not have a heart rate. Byleth's heart doesn't even beat. Like, that's how far it's taken. Byleth is very intentionally not a person. Yeah, Fire Emblem does tend to lean into its motifs. It's very, like, Final Fantasy in that regard. Fun fact, Anna is actually in, I think, every Fire Emblem game except for 2. And I actually looked this up upon finding this out, because I'm like, wait, so Anna is, like, Fire Emblem's version of Cid? So I was, like, wondering, okay, so who came first, Anna or Cid? And Cid did not appear in the first Final Fantasy game. He's, like, been retroactively mentioned in, like, later editions, but in the original, he was never in Final Fantasy 1. He didn't appear until Final Fantasy 2. So the question was, like, did Final Fantasy 2 become before Shadowblade? And the answer is it did by, like, 2 years. But it's actually shockingly close. For the record, I know where I'm going, I'm just lost. Oh, I didn't even think of this. This was just a wrong turn, but this might be correct. The gate is shut tight. Oh, nope, that's nothing. That's nothing for sure. Yeah, because I didn't get, like, a key or anything, so I actually don't know where to go right now. It's totally possible I'm missing a box. Like, a single box is being missed somewhere in this level. So I think the two things to do is I can go back to check the princess, but my actual thought is I need to go back to the silk box. So I guess I'm passing the princess area. Like, I need to go through the Earthsail area, and I need to go back to the silk box. That's my only guess. I think it was some priest or some shit mentioned Byleth's father hasn't aged in 20 years. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm going in a circle. This door's still locked. I fucking love the Three Houses soundtrack. I don't know what you're talking about. Fate's soundtrack is not great, I'll say that, but... I think there's like one song in Fates I enjoyed. Is there a turn that can be made here? There is a turn that can be made here. Door's shut, there's a bar over it. Oh. I probably killed this, right? This is probably a me. Oh, hello! Here is where I died. In the throat. Fuck yeah. Tales and Dark Souls share a composer. Interesting. Dark Souls soundtrack can be a real hit or miss. Like, there are a lot of forgettable Dark Souls tracks, but there are also some really solid ones. You know what's a really underappreciated Dark Souls track is actually the Taurus Demon track. No one takes long enough to kill the Taurus. Like, usually you're either dead to the Taurus Demon if you're like a newbie, or you're at this point good enough at the game that the Taurus Demon is not fucking shit to you. So most people don't listen to the Taurus Demon track, but the Taurus Demon theme fucking rocks if you ever actually listened to it. But like, a lot of Dark Souls music is very, very forgettable. Alright, we're gonna enter in this room, because this is my only guess. No. Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas, then. Alright, well, you know what? This is why I have a walkthrough. F. Bell. No, I got past that part already. Oh, I'm missing a disc then. Okay. Alright, I'm clearly missing a disc. I do not have a silkworm disc. What are they talking about? Alright. I might be stupid. Hold up. Let's see. You know what Persona 6 doesn't need? A fucking bathhouse scene. I mean, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think the bathhouse scenes are for the Japanese audience, because I don't think I have ever seen anyone in the West ever praise a bathhouse scene. That's not true. I have seen, like, a few. Okay, I've seen some shitty YouTube comments, but, like, most of the time, the bathhouse scenes, like, if you look up a video of a bathhouse scene on the, on YouTube, most of the comments are dedicated to people going, this scene pisses me off so hard. If it, and if it has a shower scene to make up for all the times guys listen to the girls complain about each other, instead it should be like this. What is this?
Hey, nice cock, bro. Thick, but not too flaccid. Perfect length. A nice 80-degree angle. I rated an 8.5 out of 10. Good job, King.
That'd be delightful. But yeah, no, I'm all for no bathhouse scene. Okay, so I think I know where the silkworm disc is. We have all of the metal spikes. Striker's almost did it. Striker's fucking bathhouse scene is like one of the worst. Unless I'm, like, misremembering my Persona bathhouse scenes because they all blur together. If I remember correctly, in Strikers, the guys aren't even in the wrong. The girls just enter in the wrong time and then get pissed off. Like, unless I'm totally forgetting. In Strikers, you hear Futaga ask Ann about her boobs, and you can tell, look at good Ryuji, and he responds, ah, thanks, bro. Strikers fucks it up. Yeah, unless I'm wrong, Strikers is, like, the worst one. Which I could be, because again, they're all... The only one I, like, distinctly remember as its own thing, not even, like, necessarily for the content, is I remember that the bathhouse scene in 3 is playable. Which I hate. Oh, that's 4? Okay. Of course it's 4! They're the worst characters in 4. Are we sure about that? So, there is a path over here, I think. Jizo's head has fallen off. We'll look it up in a second. Once I figure out how to get over to this fucking tree. Before the time switches over to the guys and they go and get in a bunch of buckets, get around them. I definitely remember the buckets. I know that's in 4. Some way, there's a way over there somehow. I just don't know how. Here, you know what? Before we continue, we'll look it up just for sake. And then we'll slow it down to human. Hello?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, creature is indeed divine. We must absorb all the healing energy we can.
You know, I hope Gramps is alright.
The man is more dependable than he seems. I'm willing to take him at his word.
We may not be waiting long. Once he gets Konoe's keyword, we spring into action. So be ready at a moment's notice. Well, maybe not at this very moment. Right now, it's relax time. Wow, it's so huge! Look how it's laid out! Could this be a mixed bath? Maybe that's why it's so empty.
It switches every so often. After 8 o'clock, it's women only. The doors on the men's side should have automatically closed.
Then I guess it's all ours. Sweet! I'm gonna boil myself like an egg!
Oh, okay.
Why the hell are they here?
We must have entered right when the time allotment switched.
Okay, yeah, it's a reverse P4.
No, it's too late. They're already here.
Calm down, boneheads! Our honor is at stake here. As noble thieves, as gentlemen. We need to think.
This could very easily have been solved by them just saying, hey, we're in here, we fucked up, let us through, we'll be okay.
Water feels so good. I could stay here forever. I think I'm gonna melt.
What was that just now?
Is somebody here? Were you heaping?
Explain yourselves this instant.
Yeah, you pervs! Double, no, quadruple pervs!
Wait, it ain't what you think. See, the bath time changed right after we got in.
Clearly this is all just a misunderstanding.
Believe us, Lady On! We were locked in at the very last moment!
Right?
No excuses!
Yeah, where this scene, I think, actually goes to shit is, like, if they were totally rational, the no excuses line and then you getting beat up for no reason, I think, is actually where the scene goes to shit. If it was just like, oh no, we both got in at the wrong time, and the girls were more reasonable and were like, oh, that's fine, get the fuck out, though. Like, I think the scene would be fine. Like, I think that would be a functionally fine scene.
Yep. We're in heaven, alright. You never see it coming.
Yeah, I definitely think the point where that scene goes to shit is where they get beat up despite the misunderstanding. Hey, you know, a manga from the 80s had a scene like this, but better. Oh, I imagine. It begins in the circular path of the Garden West. Dust sits by the corpse. Then take the path until you have your first experience with the Pagata. Kureha briefly appears on the other side of the Paleo, checking the Paleo again after she vanished to give you a hint to find another way around. Follow the right-hand path to get to Garden Tree. The silkworm disc is next to the body to the left of the tree. Walk towards the safe point and leaving a demon suppressing spike. Bottom to the left of the tree. So, left-hand side, body to the left of the tree. What? Is next to the body to the left of the tree. There is no body to the left of the tree. Did I brick? What happened? Where am I? This is Garden East. I'm trying to get to Garden West. Or something. Where am I trying to go? Is this a new area? Where is this? This is Garden East. I'm trying to get to Garden Tree. This is Garden Tree. Next to the bottom body to the left of the tree. Okay. Do I have the silkworm disc? What disc do I have? I thought it was the crow disc. I have the crow disc and the old disc. So, tree, left. And now we're looking for a glint on the ground, I guess. Walk towards the save point and note the glint behind you. Upon returning to the spot where the body was, you discover it's been dragging the water, leaving a demon suppressing. Pick up the spike, save your game. That's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know how to get over there. Oops. No, we don't need to save. Did I brick? How long till you bust out the video walkthrough? Immediately. At least I know what I'm missing. Okay. There are no video walkthroughs. We're gonna go with this. No, that was 42 minutes in. We don't need 42.
Looks similar to the one Father uses. Your father is the priest.
We're also gonna go very fast.
Looks similar to the one Father uses. Your father is the priest.
What is this? Oh, thank you. The only thing I can think of is I never freed that guy from behind.
Where did this come from?
Is that why I don't have the silkworm disc? I think I have... So this is weird, because I have the spike, but I don't have the disc. At least I think. I think I have 3 spikes, but only 2 discs. So I guess I didn't pick up the disc. So is the disc gone? If I have to start over, I'm gonna be upset. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you know how I intentionally kept that guy behind the tree the entire game? Because I intentionally kept that guy behind the tree the entire game, he never came over here to die. And because he never died, I never got the silkworm disc. Which means me deliberately making a guy hide behind a tree the entire game was what caused us to fucking stand here this whole time. Moral of the story is, if a guy wants to escape from behind a tree, just let him, I guess. Also, I like how every playthrough of this game is like 6 hours, and I'm like 4 hours in. Meaning I am the slowest goddamn Kuon player in history. There's a trail of blood leading to the... Like, everything's like, yeah, Kuon, you can beat that in like 6 hours. I'm fucking 4 hours in. I don't think I've made any progress. That's a new guy. Corpse is drenched in blood. You got the Yang face yet? Hey, at least I'm having fun. Does the Yang, does the, I guess it's Yang. Does the Yang phase play any differently, or is it just play exactly like this? You know how sometimes different routes will play differently, so. Exactly like this. Okay, yeah, no problem then. Holes could be covered if wooden discs could be found. Operate the device? Yes, I have wooden discs. Wooden discs and spikes conceal the openings. Where would the silkworm disc attach to? Top. Where would the crow disc attach to? Where do I get my writings from? The Kuon face plays exactly like this. Good! I was more worried they'd fuck it up than anything. The cocoon eaten by insects. The 8-legged trap will become fodder to the thief. The defiled will be pierced by a poison fang. The creature crawling on the ground must defer to the creature in the sky. Black wings will be gnawed to bits. Fur will be ripped off by a child. The child will become a man, only to be eaten by a woman. This here is a fucking Silent Hill puzzle. The device seems detached. But, like, less stupid. Because every puzzle possible is less stupid than a normal Silent Hill puzzle. The bar is on the ground and it cleared it, is what I'm saying. Okay. Clearly, we've descended into a Fatal Frame-esque Hellgate. Am I crazy, or does it feel like the end of this phase is coming? Like, there cannot be an entire game with a character, right? It appears the rope leads up. Use the rope. Temple North. Temple map. This isn't that big. No, this isn't that big. I guess there's still a lot of areas. Oh my god! It even labels the, like, key level required. This is so convenient. It really is like a Silent Hill map. Yo, this game fucking rocks. I mean, it's not my favorite horror game, but... Vampire Hunter D, Millennium Actress, and Spriggan. A bloody cocoon blocks the path. Something is wriggling inside it. This is very linear right here. I would not be shocked to find out that I'm about to enter the end of this phase. In fact, we're kind of reaching a point where I'd be more surprised to find out I'm not. One, two, three. Oh no, that's the young phase. No, am I doing the Ying phase or the young phase? No, I'm doing the young phase, okay. Oh no, I'm doing this backward. Yeah, I'm doing this backward, because that's the Neptune, Wait, what? No, yeah, because this is Utsuki, right? Yeah, this is Utsuki. Three discs. Okay, one. Done. No, there's actually a shocking amount of this game left still. Wow. Yeah, that's an Earth Seal. Alright, I don't want to go through that right now. Although I don't even think you can get here without an Earth Seal, so I wonder why that door is even locked. I'm a Dumbo. Exorcism scroll. Long ago, a demon did emerge from the bowels of earth. It appeared human, but was 3 meters tall, with arms as thick as a woman's waist. The demon was immortal. Neither swords nor fire could kill it. One day Mammon appeared. He was emaciated and clothed in rags. To the people who were at their wits' end, he said, "I will drive that demon away." The people took one look at the pitiful figure and turned away, saying, "You would be a fool to embark upon such an enterprise." The man ignored the people's attempts to stop him. With a hint of a smile on his face, he approached the demon's lair. He pulled a spike from his folds of his clothes, and he threw it at the demon, penetrating its flesh, riveting it to the wall. Nailed to the wall, the demon shriveled up and died after 7 days and 7 nights of agony. The man explained to the people that spikes have the power to suppress demons. He gave them 3 spikes to use. Should the demon reappear, he departed. The grateful people placed the spikes in a small shrine at the temple, where they have preserved ever since. The cover of the movie, sorry, from the book. Okay. Priest Journal Volume 1, written by an elder priest. The woman is Doris. What's funny is Doris looks nothing like that in the movie. It's not even close. For several days now, strange sounds have been emanating from the ground underneath my feet. At first I thought I was imagining them, but I hear them even more clearly at night when I sleep. They're very strange, perhaps a cross between agony and pleasure. They say a creature emerged from the bowels of the earth and that this temple was built to prevent it from proceeding any further. Perhaps the creature awakened underneath this temple and is howling. If it is trapped there for years, no wonder its screams sound so sad. Something is lying underneath. Oh, winter blade. Defensive blade used by the god of north and winter. Is this better than my knife? I wasn't expecting a knife replacement. Yo! I wasn't expecting a new knife. Yo! And it has ice powers? Yo, this game's awesome. I don't think I've ever played a horror game that replaces your knife. Oh yeah, wow. Absolutely nothing to like, yeah. Moving up in the world side. Apparently! I'm glad I came here before my inevitable boss fight.
Go away. Hurry, before the cocoon takes you.
But
Never mind me. I've had a good life. Watch out for the sick.
You want me to stab you to death?
If they don't merge with other creatures soon, they will die.
Can't think of knife upgrades to organs.
Corpses
Yeah,
are
right?
made for their cocoons.
I mean, you could make, like, an argument for, like, Silent Hill, but really, you're just replacing a melee weapon with a different melee weapon. His head has been twisted all the way around. Okay, but is this not an item? I guess it isn't. Did I get anything other than a sick knife? Alright, little shits, I'm gonna stab you. Apparently, this is not a game that encourages stabbing children. Rule of Rose has knife upgrades, but long-range weapons for the win. Yeah, what did I use that whole game? Like a pipe or something? Yeah, we didn't get anything, so I guess the idea is just leave. We know that when they start singing, they're basically calling Bitch McGee, who I think might be my sister. Oh no, it's a Gaki! So Gaki are created from cocoons? For the record, oh yeah, no, they're silkworms, right? I was gonna say, for the record, my brain went to butterfly. Eyebrowless bitch. Well, I don't think, honestly, considering high-end period fashion, it's actually weird that our character has eyebrows. Like, everyone shaved off their eyebrows. So, I think there's, like, an intentional, like, design philosophy behind it, because I think Utsuwa is supposed to be, like, the most attractive character, basically. But what is hilarious is, although she's most attractive in, like, a modern sensibility, and the time, based on the fashion, she would be the least attractive woman in the game. So I think that's interesting. And that is because high-end period fashion, as far as, like, makeup and cosmetics, was fucking terrible. The clothes were gorgeous, but dear God, was the makeup and cosmetics fucking terrible. Like, they shaved off their eyebrows, they put big old light black splotches, they painted their face like chalk-ass white, and they dyed their teeth black. And that was attractive, just fucking black-ass chompers. Clothes you couldn't walk in. Well, yeah, that not being able to walk in them is what made them so good. It also had the most weird, fascinating / rapey cultural like sex culture of all time, right? Because 99% of all sexual relationships in the Heian period were based on adultery. Adultery was considered like the thing everyone did. In fact, if a woman hasn't fucked like at least 3 dudes, she's considered unattractive, right? You gotta sleep around on your husband, or you're not a real Heian period woman. But also, there's this like weird culture of like women trying to maintain their modesty by denying like sexual advances. So like what would happen is it was called like night crawling, right? So like a woman would like seduce a man through a very intricate courtship ritual. It was very intricate courtship rituals I don't fully remember offhandedly. And then the man would sneak into the woman's room at night, and this is the important part. This is the important part of the like nightly adultery courtship, is that like he would be like, yo, I'm here to fuck you. And then the woman has to be like, no, I don't want to do this. And this is part of the courtship ritual, right? Is she's like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to have sex with you. And then the man essentially has sex with her anyway. And like, that sounds super rapey. It certainly sounds super rapey. But the weirdest part about this is that this is an intentional part of the female courtship ritual in the Heian period, and we know that women really, again, I want to be very clear, this is Heian period. This is not like modern day. This does not fly in the modern day. But we know that women in the Heian period were saying no, but meaning yes. We know this because most of the writing from that time period was written by women, including the romance novels, where they explain this courtship ritual. It was fucking weird. It was a weird alien time period. That was really creepy with modern context. Priest Journal, Volume 2, The Elder Priest of the Shrine, Nyoe's Journal. Lord Fujiwara departed from the manor with many sick people. She said that she was worried about what the sick might do if it weren't watched, and asked if they could be confined to the temple. I understand that Lady Fujiwara, too, contracted the disease. But the sickness has not destroyed her human kindness. She reminds me of Confucius' saying about sacrificing one's life in an act of charity. I cannot help but admire her sense of morality. Confucius is awful and I hate him. Like, not like as a person, but I do not, I think his philosophies was like a whole bunch of bullshit. Yakushi's legend, stone tablet inscribed with the tale of Yakushi. So here Maru did an art block in the style of an old woodblock paintings called The 28 Murderers. The Buddha Emerald Light, the master of medicine. He is a deity who heals the sick. He has a merciful look on his face, and he holds a medicine jar in his left hand. Well, I saw what looked like a medicine jar, but there's nothing useful. I did not expect that. Ah, yes, I fully understand. What am I looking at? I, for the record, can't read this. Actually, I can read parts of it. But that doesn't tell me what I'm looking at. Although, you will notice the Heian period makeup. Which I am almost nearly 100% certain I am saying the name of this period wrong. In fact, I could probably look this up right now. It would be He-Eon. He-Eon. Heian. It'd be the Heian period. Heian. Okay, at least this one I understand. We found a save point. I guess we should stop, right? Part of me wants to keep going, but the other part of me is like, well, I found a save point, though, and I don't know when the next time I'm gonna find one is. Fuck it. Well... But I feel like I'm not done exploring the temple. Alright, I just want to get a rough idea of what's going on in this temple. One of them has a painting of Hitler killing himself. Historically accurate. That's a Saturn seal. Oh. Well, that points me to medicine. So, was that object I saw on the ground an actual part of it? Oh, Bagaki dropped something. Oh, just a healing item. Just a useless healing item. Temple North. I think this is the only area I haven't explored yet. The hungry are wandering around the latticework. The eyes that stare this way are empty and opaque. Summon at Kagutsu Ona. Puppet woman obeying her master's orders. Yeah, I definitely have not found something yet. They mention medicine jar. And that makes me want to come back into this riddle. Because, like... Okay, yeah, so I had to go get the thing to tell me to get the medicine jar before I get the medicine. Alright, that's not great. That's not ideal. Alright, now I have the medicine jar. But what do I do with the medicine jar? Do I just leave? I guess there's nothing to do here. I'm gonna try leaving. First we get some information, then we go get more information, then we go get some more Dragon Guard 3. We're starting to leave the, like, Resident Evil territory, and we're getting into a little bit of a Silent Hill territory, where I'm like, okay, great, now I've done the thing. What the fuck do I do now? And stab to the dick. Stab it. Utsuko. Alright, fine. Let's kill this guy first. Get him. Now let's get this guy. Good job. Utsuko. I don't think Utsuko is her name. What is it? Utsuki? Utsuki? Yeah, it's Utsuki. It's Utsuki. It's Utsuki. I'm calling her Utsuko. I think her name is Utsuki. Here's the rope leads down. Use the rope. Why not? Do I give it to one of the Buddhas? What do I do? I have medicine. What do I do now? I learned that in the early 2000s there's a weird online group of white rappers who made terrible rap music. Well, apparently we went on a Christian rap song called Jesus Lean. What did I miss that was suddenly supposed to startle me? Just like the guys behind the wall, we already knew about them. Okay. Well, I have this medicine now. I don't know what to do with it. Alright, let's just, like, slide through. I need to use it on the Yakushi statue. So I do need to go back down. Once we use the medicine, I think we'll call it there, because that's going to open a door. Have you ever heard of Nightcry? I think so. I've heard of several things called Nightcry, though, so I think you're going to need to be more specific. Like, I think I've heard of a song called Nightcry. I think there's a band called Nightcry. It was made by the creator. Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a game called Nightcry. I've heard of a lot of things called Nightcry. It's almost certainly an attack name in some JRPG I've played at one point. He scammed a bunch of clock towers. Oh, yes, yes, that I've heard of. Yes. I did hear about that. I will say that, I think the only, like, Japanese developer who, like, tried to come back at it that actually made the game they fucking promised was, like, Ego when he made, like, Bloodstain. Buddhist images appear solemnly illuminated by candlelight. Nightcry in the Forest, yeah. See, it's kind of a generic name. That's why I was like, probably? There's Game Grumps, Mask, and Bloodstain. I played Bloodstain. That game is actually pretty damn good. I played it relatively after Hollow Knight, and, like, Hollow Knight is a better Metroidvania than Bloodstained, but, like, Bloodstained is a pretty good game. Like, I got my money for it, you know what I'm saying? Or my money's worth with it. Yeah, I'd recommend it. It probably won't be like your favorite Metroidvania ever, but it's like a decent play. Where is the statue? We will end the stream once I figure out where to go. Because that way I know next time we boot it up I'll have a location. So it says Priest Journal, Vessel 1, warns you away after we pick the medicine jar from the ground next to the priest's body. Return to Temple South. The cocoon blocking your way is ready to hatch. Gaki pox out. Effort's dead. Continue to the right. Take the first door in the room. A cutscene of someone running frantically through the sick temple occurs. Exit the room. Go down the stairs. Kureha dragging a wicker chest towards the main hall. No, that did not happen. At the bottom of the stairs, a tempest occurs. The twins will appear to block the path. Through the door directly across from the stairs. First pick Yakshi's left and Priest Journal 2, high and left. After it's dead, continue to the right, take the first door. Okay. Step 1, cocoon, dead, right? Gaki pops out, kill it, continue, take the first door. This is the first door. Cutscene of someone running frantically through the sick in the temple occurs. Exit the room, go downstairs to see Kureha dragging a wicker basket. So we need to trigger a cutscene. Okay, there we go. Exit. Cutscene of Kureha dragging wicker chest. Tempest. Go through the door across from the stairs to pick up the Yakshi Legend, Priest Journal, and the Kuon. The left door leads to a save point. Exit the room, go left, the main hall is now open, collect the Sudagomo. Okay. So it should go this way. Door is open. Beautiful! Okay, we're good. Alright, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. Okay. Someone needs glasses. I'll have Christian play. Alright, now we can save the game and end. Symphony Night is the only Metroidvania I've played. Didn't you play like 30 Castlevanias like 5 minutes ago? I mean, I understand like the first games aren't like fully into the formula, but oh, a little fucking boat. This is the best horror game. This is the best horror game. Look at it. It's a little boat. You see the little boat? Look at the little boat. Little boat. I love you, little boat. I love you, little boat. Alright. How many little boats do I have? I have 7 little boats. Oh, it's got a little origami. It's got a little origami wolf in it. Oh, the little boat's the best. Oh, this is the best game. This is the best game. Alright. 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 I think we're good. I think we're good. That was a good time. Good time, everyone. I played Akumaju Dracula, Akumaju Densetsu, Castlevania 4, Rondo of Blood, Bloodline Symphony. See, you've played plenty of Castlevania games. Which is kind of like Metroidvanias. Like, I know some of the early ones don't fully count, but there you go. Alright, there we go. We made some decent-ass progress into Kuon. We're gonna get through it. We're doing it. I'm having fun time. Symphony Night is the only Metroidvania game. I'm having a fun time. Hope you are. I'll be back when I'm back. Hopefully sometimes technically later in this week. I've been Sacrabalic. You're Envoy of Hope. And this has been Kuon, the only horror game with a little boat. Bye-bye.